Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon and welcome to the Harcourt's Holmwood auction room. My name's Kyle Seibert, I'm your auctioneer today, and what a beautiful day to buy good quality real estate. Hey, thank you so much for being here on behalf of our Managing Director Tony Jenkins, CEO Kyle Sutherland and the wider Holmwood Group. It's great to have you with us. To those joining us at holmwood.co.nz, a very good afternoon on this wet and windy Friday. It's, as I said, a great day to buy real estate, and I say that because we are talking about a really wonderful location, really seasonally, throughout all seasons, it's a popular place to purchase real estate, certainly a good place to invest your money. It's been brought to the market by John Fulton, of course, from our Island 2 office just above us. Good morning, or good afternoon, I should say, John. It is a freehold title, number 2, Rugby Street in Merivale, 538 square metres, more or less, part lot 86, deposited plan 2076, and it's all contained and described on that certificate of title, volume 22K, folio 1065 on the Canterbury Land Registry. And your settlement date, 95 days from the date of this agreement, all by mutual agreement. If you're working to a pre-agreed variation, that's no problem at all. Now, the property itself, it's been in our owner's tenure for 22 years. He has absolutely loved this property and really cared for it and its occupants over those many years, but the time has come for him to simplify his lifestyle, which represents a wonderful opportunity for somebody in this room. It is currently tenanted on a periodic tenancy. That certainly offers flexibility. You may look to completely remove the existing dwelling and work with what is undeniably a wonderful parcel in a premium location. Maybe you look to reinvigorate the existing home. Maybe you look to just leave it as it is and reap the benefits of high quality tenancy in a very enviable location. You're just a hop, skip and a jump to our burgeoning central city, and also really a short stroll to Merivale and all of its glamour, all of its entertainment and wonderful, wonderful eateries. I should take you through the conduct of auction briefly. Bidders and buyers, the vendor set a reserve price. Subject to that reserve price being reached or breached, the highest bidder whose bid we accept will be the lucky new owner. If the bidding doesn't quite reach that level, look, that's not the end of the auction. Our practice is to pause. We'll move into one of our meeting rooms with the highest bidder and we offer the opportunity to purchase the property. This is really important. On the odd occasion during that discussion outside of the room, our seller may say to us, look, Kyle, I'm happy with this negotiated price. Let's withdraw the property and sell it outside of the room at the exclusion of buyers here in the room and without disclosing a reserve price. That is a vendor's prerogative, ladies and gentlemen, but it is disappointing to buyers who remain here in the room with interest. So to avoid that disappointment, just make sure you hold the highest bid at all times. I can nominate the increments by which the bidding is raised. I can refuse bids if I feel they're not in the best interests of my owner. If there's a disputed bid, we'll just go back to the last undisputed bid. And if any of my licensed colleagues, they're not hard to spot, if any of them are bidding on behalf of clients, we'll do our very best to point them out to you. You might hear the phrase vendor bid today. A vendor bid's a bid placed by the auctioneer on behalf of the owner. It's always well below the reserve price. We just use it to keep things ticking along, and it's always clearly identified to you as a vendor bid, so you can bid against such a bid with confidence. Finally, if you are that lucky last purchaser, of course, you have a couple of obligations. You pay your deposit, 10% of the purchase price, and you sign the contract. When you sign that contract, you're acknowledging that you've received a copy of the approved REA guide. Now, just a quick preview of the property. We'll have some photos for you there. You see a stunning site there, John. I think it was not hard to realise that this home was on the market. The gargantuan signboard, I have to say, really impressive marketing. As I understand it, even astronauts are aware that this property is on the market. And the Canterbury region, I think, gets excited about places like this. It's just such a premium location, really blue chip, I would argue. And Rugby Street, it's such a great street name, a great street number at number 2. And you do, as you know, bid on the basis that you've read and understood the clauses in the further terms. The property's sold on an as-is, where-is basis. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a really, really great place to invest your money, raise kids, and certainly the upside to owning this property is ever so obvious. Vendor's instructions are that we open the bidding at $750,000. I look for a quick rise from there. Is it 800 or 850? Bidders and buyers at 750. The bid is with me and my owner. First call at 750. I seek 8. Don't let me limit you. At 750,000, second call. At 750 and 800, nice to meet you, sir. Best of luck with your bidding at 800,000. Where is 850? Once called at 800,000. Second call at 850. Thank you, madam. Welcome to the bidding. Best of luck today at 850,000. Can I say 900 on your behalf, sir? At 850,000, I have first call in 900 now. Nice and easy, ma'am. 950 should be easy. At 950, she's left $1 million to you, sir. Should be. I've got there it is at 950. I thought I had 950. I had 950. Beg your pardon, Nick. You can't own it together, I don't think, at 950. $1 million is there for the taking, sir. If you'd like to, there it is at $1 million. And can I say $1,050,000 on your behalf, ma'am? At $1 million, I have now first call. Don't forget exceptional school zones. Second call at $1 million, sir. $1,050,000 there. At $1 million, I have. And $1,050,000 now against you, Nick. So many good school zones you could afford to get expelled once or twice, I'd suggest, and you'll be tickety-boo. At $1,050,000. $1,050,000 I have there, Morgan. At $1,050,000 against you, Nick. At $1,050,000 once called, sir. You look like a good property person. What about you, gentlemen? Proficient property people, I reckon. At 7, just the 25 on the rise. Okay, that might be encouraging for you folks at $1,075,000. At 25,000 the rise. Sir, shall I say 1.1 on your behalf? At 1.1. At 1.1, don't forget Aikman's, number 4. Our colleagues know these locations very well, don't they? At 1.1, exceptional entertainment in this area, but you're far away here at number 2. You're far away enough not to hear such a ruckus. It is just so convenient. At 1.1, first call, second call, third and final call at 1.1 and 25 at 1.1 and 25. Against you and against you, good people, at $1,125,000. At $1,125,000 going once, 50 on top. I like your stop. Oh, just one. I'm paid to be a bit optimistic there, sir. At 1,150. At 1,150, the call. Again, against you, Nick. Waiting for a response here from you, good people, at 1,150,000. 1.2, that's more like it, at 1.2. Bidding on behalf of a client, knows the value, at 1.2, going first time. Second chance at 1.2. A little bit of discussion happening here just quietly. Do we enter the fray? At 1.2, second, third call. At 1,200,000, folks, can I say 25 again? Or perhaps just 20? 20,000 at 1.2 and 20. At 1.2 and G, that's Janice G. Waiting to pounce, no doubt. No, at $1,220,000. High caliber real estate for high caliber clients, folks. What are we doing? 126. Nice work there. At $1,260,000. Locked and loaded, thanked and banked at $1,260,000. I count it down 3 times. First call. Twice the money now at $1,260,000, sir. 80 at 280. I didn't think that was on top, sir. At $1,280,000. I do thank you for that bid at $1,280,000 now. At $1,280,000, the call. Nick against you at $1,280,000, first time. Second call at $1,280,000. Third and final call at $1,280,000 if there's no better bid, folks. To 90. Well, there you have it, bidders and buyers. We are on the market and selling. Next buyer on the phone, the new owner, if there's no better bid or offer, folks. Better get to the round number before your competition does, sir, at $1,290,000. So close to our rapidly developing central city, this has to make good sense at $1,290,000. People watching this in Auckland are weeping at this price for this parcel. At $1,290,000. Was it 1.3, sir? Hey, look, one of you just make the decision, the other one forgive that person. Yeah, at 1.3. Great work, at 1.3. You'll never regret it in this location. At 1.3 I'm selling. If there's any better bid, I need to know now, folks, at 1.3. Once called. At $1,300,000. Sir, auction enthusiast. Second call. At $1,300,000. We're entering the valley of no return here, Nick. It goes out the door, it might be another 22 years. At 1.3. I've counted twice. Gentleman's bid at 1.3, third and final call. I start saying going now, Nick, because it's going. She is my boss, so I do pause. But Nick, full respect to this good gentleman here at 1.3, I need to know now. Even just a couple of thousand puts you in front. Janice, final call. At 1.3, gentlemen? 1305. I'm looking for a knockout blow there, sir. I didn't hear the words out, sir. I couldn't have. You've come this far. At 1.3, it took so long. What about something beefy, something that might knock them out? What do you reckon? At 1,305. I'm selling. The hammer falls, opportunity goes, folks, at $1,305,000 for 538 square metres of Merivale terra firma at 1,305,306. All day long, sir. I'll take them all day long at 1,306. 310. 4,000 on the rise. I'll take another 1,000 if you like, folks. Can I tempt you? Madam, I'm looking at you. What about $500? At 1,310,000. It's selling. Any better bid? Gentlemen, you look cool as a cucumber. If you, 1,000 on top at 311. If the hammer falls and then you call your bid, I might not be able to take it. Now's the time at 1,311,000. Folks, what are we doing here? Just looking at the market, thinking about selling by auction. It's a good way to do it. At 1,311,000, bids against you, and one at 312. Now, there's a change of pace, folks. That's encouraging. They've just dropped a few gears there, folks, at 1,312,000. $1,000 could own it for you. $1,000 for Merivale, hello, as my boss would say. At 1,312,000 I have, is at 13 now. 1313 has a good ring about it. At 1312, first call. Second call. At 1,312,000. Third and final call, just confirming bids here. Oh, it is there now at 13 and 13. First chance at $1,313,000. Against you, Nick, at 313. And selling, to be clear, a new name goes on the title. A sought-after title, I would argue, at 313. Second, third and final call, 15. 315 at 315. Just checking. At $1,315,000. First call. Second call. At $1,315,000. Big decisions being made in the auction room. 1,320. That's an astute move, I would argue. At 320, the bid against you there, Nick, at 1,320. At 1,320. 22 years' time, I don't think you're going to be thinking, why did I pay that? You'll be overjoyed. 21, just to one again. At 1,321. Sequential that, 321. First call, possibly consequential. Is it a winning bid? 25, not so fast, he says, at 325. At $1,325,000. Janice, very rarely do you come to the auction room just to watch. Are we going to bid? At $1,325,000. First call. Nick, just remind your client, our job is to mitigate their regret. Second call, do we call them in a few months' time and they think, should have paid that 1,000? Third and final call at $1,325,000. I might have identified my winner, unless there's a surprise here. At $1,325,000. Folks, what about you? We're not in. Gentlemen in the box seat at $1,325,000. If there's no better bid or offer, it's another outstanding John Fulton result. Property's going at $1,325,000. It is going. It is gone and sold to you, sir. Hey, John, as always, outstanding work, folks. If you need advice in this neck of the woods, give them a call. To my purchaser, congratulations. To our underbidders, commiserations. To our spectators, please come again and buy. And have a wonderful weekend.